Yeah, so we do have a second book chat right about now. And the book in my hand definitely is Own Your Stuff by Olufisayo Odebode, who is an author. She's definitely passionate about rebuilding broken communities. She definitely is fondly called Fisayo Check. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
You look so nice. I told you, your earrings are so gorgeous.
Thank
your shoes
you,
are
and you too.
points.
Oh my God.
Amazing. Okay, so now, you said this is actually your first book.
Yes.
All right, so now let's talk about how you got to this point where you felt the need to write a book.
At first, it was like me just documenting some of my life experiences, some of my lowest point in life.
Okay.
And in trying to document that, I now started to, conceive the idea of actually using the book to inspire other people to take ownership of their lives. Because sometimes, I keep saying this, you don't determine what life throws at
Very
you.
true.
But you can always determine how you respond to the situations and circumstances,
True.
in your life.
Very true.
So I wrote the book just to inspire and encourage people and to find a way to connect with people who are going through very difficult times. We live in a very difficult community, Nigeria. And so it's very easy for you to blame your lack of success, your lack of effectiveness, on the challenges in Nigeria, and the environment that we live in.
Yeah.
But you don't determine these things. You don't determine the family that you are born in.
Very true.
Yeah, but you can leverage the good things about yourself and the good things that happen around you.
Okay, so now you spoke about experiences, but do like a good story here. So if you don't mind, if it's not prying too much, would you like to share one or two? It doesn't have to be in detail of the experiences that you went through that was rock bottom for you.
One of them is my experience as a student in school.
Okay.
It took me about 10 years to get my bachelor's degree.
Oh,
that was supposed to last 4 years because of the
university.
Yes, because of the health issues actually that I had. I had health issues, 2 different health issues that lasted about 17 months together.
Oh wow.
And I also had, but there's systemic failure, the decadence in our systems right here in Nigeria. It's not a big deal to be ill, even though it affects the individual.
Yes.
I also contributed to some of that because I didn't communicate at the right time when I was going through some of the things that I was going through. That is a major life experience that, took me to one of the lowest points in my life where I thought, I was just going to lose it all.
Wow.
So I think I'll just stay with that.
You stay with that. Okay, that's fine. That's good enough, to be very honest. So now you decided, you know what, I'm not just going to lie around. I'm definitely going to own my stuff. And then you put this together. So definitely tell me about the chapters in this book. We're talking about A Close Look at You, Quit the Blame Game, and Let Go of the Past. So now, in summary form, can you tell me about these first 3 chapters?
These first 3 chapters, you mean? A Close Look at You is about self-awareness.
Okay.
When we talk about self-leadership, it's about having a matured sense of who you are and leveraging that knowledge of who you are to be more successful in life. So that chapter introduces to how you can have a good interpersonal relationship with yourself.
Very important.
The second one is Quit the Blame Game.
Yes.
And that's where I told the story about my clearance in school and all the manner of issues that I experienced, on campus, trying to see one lecturer, do this and do that. It's a very interesting story.
Okay.
And I used that to, in as much as I mentioned the challenges with the society, with the system, and my health issues, I was able to highlight my own part that I played in contributing to slowing my success, success is simply the achievement of goals. I wanted to achieve obtaining my degree.
Okay.
So one of the things I did was to highlight my own part.
Yes.
I took responsibility for where I made my own mistakes and where I didn't do as well. And the third one that you mentioned is letting go of the past.
Yes.
So I was molested as a child.
Oh,
And when you have this kind of experiences, it kind of has a way of lingering
Very
in your
true.
heart, and then you hold people in unforgiveness.
True.
Doesn't even matter whether they are close or they are not, you know, but the impact of what they've done to you, it stays. And somehow it becomes really difficult to forgive. We are not God. And so sometimes after we are forgiven, we find it difficult to forget. So I just kind of highlighted ways in which you can navigate this kind of parts in life.
Yes.
So forgiveness, and even though you will hold on to this story, it might not leave, but you will find a way to still be effective, be efficient, and be a successful person in spite of everything.
Amazing. So now the last 4 chapters, managing rejection, what do you see? What is your posture? That one caught my eye. Be of good courage. Now talk to me about what is your posture.
What is your posture?
Yeah.
What I try to get at in that chapter is that the posture of your heart sometimes determine how much help, how much support that you get from people around you.
Sure.
If you feel like you will not be able to get this, you will not be able to get it.
Sure.
So I highlighted a posture of thanksgiving, a grateful heart. Yes. So it's when you live a life of gratefulness, it's more difficult for you to be depressed and to stay on the things that are not working in your life. If you can count, you know, your blessings. And I talked about the posture of humility, I think, in that chapter as well. You know, staying humble, not having a swollen esteem of who you are and all of that. And so that's just what
so the question I actually wanted to ask from that posture chapter is, I mean, at this point, I'm talking about people being at their lowest lows. How is it possible to remain in a posture of gratitude, to look past everything you're going through, and then actually stay in a point of gratitude? From your personal experiences, how were you able to achieve that?
So the first thing that helped me was my relationship with God.
Okay.
And knowing that He loves me still, and life is just full of ups and downs. There is nothing that I am going through or anyone is going through that is not common to man. In trying to, for example, in trying to clear myself in school, I saw people who had longer years, standing issues, and I was like, oh, for real, I didn't know this. Even though as a student, I saw people who should have graduated that didn't graduate. But as at that time, I had spent some more years and I saw some other big, massive cases. And so, not necessarily that you have to think of the worst situation, but you have to think about the little things that are working in your life. Everything cannot be working, cannot not be working.
Right? You have to find
at the same time. So you have to search within yourself.
Very true.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, even the fact that one's alive, you understand, you're breathing, that's also free. So, of course, we definitely have to be grateful about that. Elizabeth told me you have a great voice. Just saying. Is that true?
Who
it's a bed
is
line.
that little
I wonder this bed. Very disturbing bed. So you sing as well? Do you sing?
Do.
Oh, great. Do you want to drop a line or two? Just for the...
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah, no. So let's hear you.
Okay. My last single, Good For Me.
Oh, nice.
I wrote it also because I wrote it during the pandemic.
Oh, nice.
It was a time when people were not, it was just an uncertain period and not knowing what to do. So I felt a little bit depressed during that time, and then I took a walk within the estate and I started to just tell myself, no matter what happens, it will still be good. No matter how bad, you know. And so the song is Good For Me.
Okay.
Anyway, anyhow it goes, it will be good for me.
Oh, nice. I mean, speaking to you alone is inspiration. Do you understand? And I hope you guys out there are literally listening to this very interesting interview and learning a thing or two, because it's very, very important for you to own your stuff, especially at the beginning of this year. 2023 literally has different possibilities, so definitely do not limit yourself. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure having you. Hopefully you'll be singing with us here. I mean, you have a full music career we have to explore, you know?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, okay. So we have food for you, so you're not going anywhere yet. Yes, you definitely have to try out what we actually have in the kitchen for you. you. So yeah, let's go.
Okay.